Commodores trailing the Red Sox 4-1 on the road here at Red Wilson Field as we are about to begin the fourth inning of play. Back alongside my partner Ben Haller, I'm Andrew Del Piana. The righty Clay Hendry still out there for the Red Sox onto his fourth inning of work. Has allowed just the one earned run with 3 hits. And faces Adrian Lopez from the right side to get things going in the top of the fourth. Defensive miscue in that bottom half of the inning, Ben, to make this a 4-1 Red Sox lead again with 2 outs.
2 outs and with an error. I mean, we kind of made a comment off air just how much it feels like a lot of these Commodores teams.
Give me a hot one for sure. It'll make me lose for today.
Hot one today. Hot one today. You've been hot at the plate. 7 hits your last. Come on.
Pitch to the lefty, Mason Eckelman's a ball.
Right, the single walk single, but back-to-back strikeouts. The last out of the third, first out of the fourth. Maybe he's got something going.
1-0. Fastball, called strike on the outer third. Commodores have yet to get the leadoff man on. It's been those first 2 batters who have kind of been retired, and then you have to make a little magic in the back half. 1-1, low and inside. Eckelman a single in the second. That came with 2 outs in that frame. But nothing really came out of it as Lopez, I should say Morales, lined out to center. A couple pitches later. 2-1. Breaking ball. Eckelman rolls it over foul down the first base line. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Eckelman. 1 gone in the top of the fourth. Nobody on for Falmouth. And a 4-1 Red Sox lead. Two. Breaking ball outside. Catcher and Capizzi didn't squeeze it, so maybe didn't get the benefit of the doubt there as well. Eckelman digs the left foot back into the back of the box. 3-2 pitch. Fastball outside for ball 4. Good take from Eckelman. He has reached twice in 2 plate appearances in this ball game.
Yeah, maybe Eckelman's starting to figure it out a little bit. It's a great way to respond after that single and the second. And a nice long at-bat. Taking a couple pitches close to the zone, too. Those are big league takes from Eckelman.
1 gone, 1 on for the lefty Antonio Morales. A hard line out to center field to end the second inning, and a nice diving grab by Braden Dowd. Pitch. Fastball catches the outer third at 87 from the righty. Does the second start on Cape Cod for Hendry. Allowed 3 earned runs in 4 2/3 that first time around last Tuesday against Bourne. It was only off to a 3-run home run, though, so that numbers doesn't really tell the whole story. 0-1 outside. Infield shifted to the right against Morales, who pulls just a little bit more than your average hitter. And that infield turning 2 if needed. 1-1. Another fastball taken outside. Hendry has been kind of flirting with that outer corner bend against these lefties.
Well, that's exactly what I was about to say, is it hasn't really been bad misses by Hendry by any means. It's been close. We talked about how he was working the edges in the first couple of innings. Sometimes the downside is when you miss by a little.
2-1. Runner takes off from first. Morales scorches one foul. Ricochets off the Commodores dugout. Everybody looks to be all right. There's some netting in front. Morales gives a smile over at his dugout and the thumbs up. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 gone with a runner on first. Top 4 here from Red Wilson Field. Red Sox in front 4-1. Hendry comes set at the belt. Winds and throws. Fastball Morales, a high chopper first base side, just foul. Tips off the glove of Carpentier at first. Morales.
He's
steps out of the box once more.
He's early on a couple of pitches, and you can hear Salt Tlamakia from the Falmouth dugout, too. Just playing him to make an adjustment.
Taps home plate a couple of times. Back into his upright stance from the left side with his batting gloves out of his back left pocket. Left side of the infield wide open. Thrower to first. Back in safely is Eckelman.
It's another thing I meant to mention earlier in this game. This YD team shifts more than most. You can definitely see it on lefty hitters for Falmouth, too. They will go the full three-man on the right side of second base. Of course, illegal now in the major leagues, but not in college ball.
2-2. Bouncer in the dirt. Kept in front, though, by Capisi. No advancement from first. Do you like that new addition by Major League Baseball?
I do. You know, I get the argument that it just makes baseball less baseball. I mean, I get that. There's a lot of strategy involved. I think it got to a point in Major League Baseball where my number one priority was just to see more offense, so anything to help that change I liked.
3-2. Check swing from Morales. It's ball four, so Eckelman is safe at second either way. It is a well-earned walk from Morales.
Oh, wow.
And no, Morales is being called out on the check swing. Oh, my. It was the third base umpire, Jim Fonesca, who was ready to call that play at second on the stolen base. But he got an appeal from Capisi, says he's out, and that is
he's got to be turned around to see the play at second.
That is a frustrating one for the Commodores. First pitch to Justin Osterhaus is a called strike.
Man, look, the swing comes a couple seconds. I mean, he probably saw the back end of that swing, but he was making a change, making a turn to look at second base. I don't understand that.
I didn't even see an appeal from Ryan Damari at home plate either.
It came late. It was a late appeal.
0-1. Breaking ball bounces away from Capisi. Eckelman runs down to third. He's there safely with a throw. Jolts out of the glove of Hopian just a little bit, but Eckelman would have been safe either way. That is a tough break for the Commodores.
I still don't understand. I mean, yeah.
Either way, that was the second out of the inning. Forced strikeout for Hendry. Eckelman, the runner at third. A 4-1 Red Sox lead, a 1-1 count with 2 outs. Ready on lefty. Pitch outside.
I mean, those are just some of the things you see a little bit when you have a three-man umpiring crew, and obviously nothing wrong with that. Only a select few conferences in NCAA baseball have a full four-man umpiring crew. But to have to make a call on a check swing and then a steal on base.
2-1. Called strike on the outer half of the plate. And either way, that is a tough call to make from that spot where you see the check swing. You have to rotate your hips pretty quickly to get the runner at second to deem him safer out.
And it's one of those things, too. I don't even think you can really be mad at him at second base for making that call. He got the appeal. I just don't think there needs to be an appeal.
2-2. Breaking ball. Osterhaus jolts it just foul on the first base line. He stays alive. Osterhaus grounded out to third base his first time around. That infield protecting the right side again. A heavy shift on that side of the diamond. Short lead off the third for Eckelman. No one holding him on. 2-2 pitch. Fastball bouncing in the dirt. Capisi goes down to 2 knees to keep it in front of him. It is a full count to Justin Osterhaus. There has been plenty of good at-bats in this inning.
There have been a lot, and Henry's had to throw a lot of pitches, too. That's this Falmouth offense is doing despite just the 1 run so far.
Hendry set, belt high. Looks at third, is 3-2. Fastball outside for ball 4. Another well-earned walk from Osterhaus. That one definitely a walk. There was no chance for a swing on that one.
Well, I think the appeal still came a little later after where we are right now to that at-bat.
Runners at first and third, 2 gone, top 4. 9-hitter in the Commodores lineup, and the 5th to bat in this frame is Chris Newstrom from the right side. We talked about that home run last time he was here at Red Wilson Field. If he goes yard here, it's a tie ball game. First pitch, runner from first takes off. It's a ball inside. No one home at second. A bouncer that Carreras picks up in the infield. Not sure if Capizzi knew to fire that one down or if that was a fake that got out of his hand.
And I like the reaction of Capizzi, too. There's a three-man conversation between him, Newstrom, and Damari behind home plate. Capizzi's looking like, I thought there was a man at second base. That's twice now the infield and Capizzi haven't been on the same page.
Runners at second and third now for Newstrom. An 0-1 count. Pitch. Fastball fouled off a home plate and down the third base line. No balls, 2 strikes to Newstrom. Going to get some extra time here as Ryan Damari asks for some more baseballs from the third base dugout of the Red Sox. Newstrom with the pink arm sleeve, the Tennessee orange foot guard.
Pink and orange. I like it. Very vibrant. Very elementary
Really,
school.
really
Nike
pops
Elite
out there.
Sox.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
First thing that came to my mind as well. 0-2. Fastball outside. Feels like a massive at-bat for Chris Newstrom, who has been in and out of this lineup. The strikeouts have definitely plagued him. Commodores hitting just 165 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Just 26 RBIs. 1-2. Fastball. Called strike 3. A late one from Damari. And that is out number 3. Commodores dugout can't believe it as 2 more are left on the base pass. Off a backwards K from Chris Newstrom, who all he can do is laugh going back to the dugout. 2 left on, no runs, no hits for the Commodores as well. It is still 4-1 Red Sox as we go to the bottom of the 4th from Red Wilson Field.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
Introducing Open Cape, the local nonprofit internet service provider in this region. Open Cape's fast and reliable network is 100% fiber optic, providing affordable internet connectivity. To learn more, visit opencape.org and always speak with a live Open Cape representative. Open Cape, providing choice and competition for your home or business and the official internet provider of your Falmouth Commodores.
We are Open Cape.
In this ball game, not the main reason they're down 4-1 though as we go to the bottom of the 4th, with the lefty still out there for Falmouth in Jackson Vanesco. 8-9-1 due up for the Red Sox, but a lot of calls have just not gone the way of the Doors in this one, Ben.
Yeah, and I don't think it's necessarily been a quantity of calls. It's just a couple of really tough ones that come, and the biggest part of it is just coming in big spots and very high leverage situations. But it's not out of your control.
I think the first thing that comes to mind is the untimeliness is the word. Dean Carpentier to lead things off from the right side. First pitch. Fastball outside to the righty. Carpentier a sac bunt. First time around the second, but runners on second and third, and then A.J. Nestler did the trick in driving those runners in. 1-0. Breaking ball bounced in the dirt block by Eckelman as it escapes away from steps back up to the bunt, to the bump, not the bunt. That's what Carpentier had back in the last inning. 2-0. Fastball off the end of the bat, skyward into right center field, into no man's land. It drops in right there in the golden triangle in right center field. Just unlucky for the Commodores as Carpentier dunks it into that spot for a leadoff single.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, though, you see a lot of those in games. That's the 7th hit for YD. That might be the first one that's like that, though. It's been a lot of line drives and hard-hit singles for him so far.
Leadoff man reaches for the second time for the Red Sox. 9-hitter in the lineup in Connor Capisi. Struck out to Joe Sabath his first time around, 1 of 2 in the ball game for him. Pitch above the letters for ball 1. Vanesco his second inning after allowing a run back in that last frame. That one went unearned, though, after the E5 from Zuckerman at third. 1-0. Fastball right down Main Street for a called strike. If you watch last night's Orioles games, I don't think Main Street is really a thing anymore for called strikes.
Oh, speaking of poor umpiring.
That was bad last night. Vanesco takes a look at first, fires over that way. Weak throw. Easy play for Schmidt. No dive needed for Carpentier. Red Sox out hitting the Commodores 7-3 in this one. A 4-1 lead in the bottom of the 4th. Nobody out with a runner on first. 1-1. Fouled back behind home plate. Feels like things have cooled down just a little bit here, Ben. The wind coming out
for sure
to the outfield a little bit. Sun.
Knock on wood too.
Yeah, that's also true. Vanesco puts the black glove up to his right ear to hear the pitch. Lines and fires. Slapped down the right field line, foul. Beasley circles behind home plate, awaiting another 1-2. Short lead off of first for Carpentier. First, Ryan Amari going to dust off home plate, give his pitcher a chance to see the dish.
I think some more salt to the wound, too, on that blue base hit. Is it being the 8-hitter and also leading off an inning?
1-2, roped on the ground, left side through the diving effort of Lopez for another base hit. That is number 8 for the Red Sox. Runners at first and second with nobody gone.
Yeah, and that's the thing. 8 base hits for the Red Sox right now. 7 of those are singles. I mean, they're keeping the ball on the ground. They're hitting line drives. They're doing it in all different ways, too. But overall, just not doing anything crazy with the extra base hits. And it's just everyone in a lineup doing it. There's only a couple of guys right now that do not have base hits, and that's the middle of the lineup. Armando Briseño batting cleanup, Will Baker batting 5th.
Yeah, those hits and those runs allowed jump up a little bit for the Commodores on the road. Third time through for the Doors. Here's A.J. Nestler from the left side. Vanesco throws over to second. ERA on the road, Ben, 5.08. Back at home, just 3.88. So that's about 2 more runs per game.
I mean, and you always wonder why that is. You start to feel a little bit more comfortable too, but leads to Falmouth being 6-10-1 on the road too.
First pitch, Nestler lays down a bunt. Vanesco throws to third, gets the fielder's choice. Nice effort by Vanesco off the mound, cool, calm, and collected to get the lead runner for the first out.
It's big and a nice presence of mind for Vanesco. A lot of times the pitchers are always having the toughest time make those plays. One, because they're not in those situations a whole lot and having to think about where to throw it to, but also having to think about a throw. Sometimes you don't think about it too much as the best throws.
Runner still at first and second, now with 1 gone for Chris Akopian. Bouncer in the dirt. Eckelman throws off the mask, keeps it in front of him. And you see that a little bit more often, Ben, where ball hits back to the pitcher on a short matter, and they have trouble throwing to the bag sometimes.
Yeah.
Vanesco agrees and on pitch. 1-0 is called strike in the knees.
It's typically first base, though. You don't see it
Yeah.
a whole lot to other bags.
Nessler gave him a little bit of help there, too, pushing that to that third base side. But Vanesco being a lefty, so he has to turn a little bit quicker to face that direction. This 1-1. Another fastball. Akopian lines it on the ground to the shortstop Lopez. Fields on to second for one. The turn in time. 6-4-3 double play to end the bottom of the fourth. So after Vanesco allows the first two to reach via the single, no damage comes across. Red Sox 4, Commodores 1. We go to the fifth from Red Wilson Field after this break.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic Clam Shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
I'm Mike Anu, outfielder from Marshall University, and you're listening to Commodore Baseball on Cape League TV.
Fifth inning on the job for Red Sox starter Clay Hendry as he faces 1-2-3 in the top of the fifth. Red Sox in front of the Commodores 4-1. Back alongside my partner Ben Haller, I'm Andrew Del Piana. Night has become a little bit more cool. It was around 90 degrees at first pitch. And now things have settled down a little bit more shade behind home plate, which it was more in our direction down the first base side.
Let's just quickly go pick up and move our table up.
I like that. I like that a whole lot. Mike Anu to lead things off for the Commodores. First pitch, tries to square and bunt, fouls it back behind home plate.
Anu's been trying that a couple of times in the last week. I don't know if it's something that he notices defensively, if that's something he wants to try to get better at heading to Arkansas this next season. But
I think, too, for a guy that hits for average, hits for power, to play that small ball game is a very important element to add to your game as well. 0-1. Fastball foul tipped in the mid. Quickly 0-2 to Mike Anu.
Look, it certainly is. It's also one of those things where, I mean, you're a team's best hitter. I don't know if this is a different situation. It's leading off an inning, you're down by 3, but it was a situation where running first, second, and nobody out. He bunted.
0-2. Breaking ball called, strike 3. 6th strikeout for Clay Hendry, and he sits down New on 3 pitches to begin the fifth.
Second straight looking, too. All 4 of them were swinging from Falmouth hitters, but now I think he's starting to get a bigger strike zone from Damari behind the plate. Could be for a lot of different reasons. A lot of times you get that just as pitchers start to go on. Sometimes you've heard a lot of chirping from the Falmouth dugout, too. Could play a little role in it.
One gone for the righty Carl Schmidt. Pitch is a called strike on the inner third.
And look, there's nobody to blame for that. That's just a part of the game of baseball. I mean, with discussions with umpires, all that, it's very much part of the game.
0-1 from the righty. Breaking ball. Schmidt way out in front, swing and a miss. Quickly down 0-2. He walked back in the third. He's 0 for 1 in this ball game. Hendry from the first base side of the bump is 0-2. Another fastball. Schmidt lines it into center field. That one is down for a base hit. My, oh my, that was hammered off the bat at 96 from Schmidt. He's got a 1-out single.
That went up the middle. I think he had to make a late adjustment to bring his bat up a little bit in the zone, too. He kind of had an upward trajectory in his swing, but the ball luckily got low enough to where he didn't pop it up. He didn't hit that on the perfect spot of the bat, but
Now Red Sox manager Scott Pickler out for a quick word with his starter in Clay Hendry. And we are going to get a move to the bullpen. We'll get a change for the Red Sox on the bump. Commodores after the one-out single by Carl Schmidt. We'll take a short break with runner at first, one gone. Red Sox in front 4-1. New pitcher on the mound for Whitey after this. New pitcher on the bump for the Red Sox. It's the rising senior from Hope International, the left-hander Joshua Landry, who gets the baseball, making his third appearance on Cape Cod as a runner at first. With one out, a 4-1 Red Sox lead in the top of the fifth. Kent Schmidt from the left side to lead things off. Landry throws back at first. Back in safely is Schmidt. He was fooled just a little bit. Gives a smile back to his dugout saying, hey guys, that was a close one.
It was, and sometimes when you got a righty on the mound for 4 1/3 innings, you don't expect a lefty to make that quick of a move.
First pitch from the southpaw is a breaking ball outside. Landry is a tall figure on the mound, 6'7", 185 pounds. Has allowed 3 earned runs in 6 innings on Cape Cod so far. He comes over after making a World Series appearance in the NAIA. Looks at first is 1-0. Fastball, a called strike on the outer third. Kent Schmidt has the lone RBI in this ball game for the Commodores. Game in the third inning. Taps his helmet, readjusts the batting glove, digs in with the upright stance from the left side. Infield shaded to the right, pull side for Schmidt. Landry, a long look in from the first base side of the bump. Throws back. Schmidt needs a dive again, but this time a lot easier of a dive back in.
Yeah, Landry, one of the best pitchers in all of NAIA this past season. An ERA of sub-3 and a large sample size, too. He had 17 appearances. 14 of those were starts.
Warning giving against Landry for disengagement against Schmidt. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. This lefty on lefty. Pitch. Changeup. Called strike on the outer third. Really good spot from Landry. He had a 2.51 ERA this past spring. Went 11-2 for the Royals. Pitch. Got a breaking ball. Schmidt rolls it over foul first base side. Carl Schmidt, the runner on first. 1 out. 4-1 Red Sox lead in the top of the fifth. 1-2 count to Kent Schmidt. Chris Acopin, the third baseman, basically at shortstop. 1-2. High and outside on the fastball.
He's closer to second base, and he's
yeah.
Shortstop, too, as the third baseman. He's even moving all the way to the second base bag.
There is literally no one on the left side of the infield, basically. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kent Schmidt. Pitch. Breaking ball bounced in the dirt. Capese keeps it in front of him. No advancement from Carl at first. Landry puts a red glove up to his right ear to hear the pitch come from Scott Pickler in his 27th season for the Red Sox. Comes set of the belt, 3-2, throws it back to Carl. And he's back in with a dive once more. He's been picking on him a couple of times this AB.
Sometimes it's just something that helps a pitcher settle in on the first batter he's facing too.
Back to the task at hand. Not yet. Another throw back to first. Schmidt in with the dive. That uniform is no longer black on the top, white on the bottom. It is fully covered in dirt. Kent's getting a little embarrassed at home. He wants some action too at home plate. Throws back to Carl Schmidt. Snap tag, not in time.
He's getting closer and closer too over at first base. Schmidt still, I don't think he's worried yet about it, but
still 3-2 to Kent Schmidt at home plate. Landry 5 throws over to Carl Schmidt at first base. Now his lead is pretty medium. Here is the 3-2. Fastball jolted into center field. Dunks in for another base hit. A long AB for Kent Schmidt. He ends up with a single. Carl Schmidt up to second base. And the Commodores cooking with some offense in the top of the 5th.
Kent Schmidt is just such a simple approach at the plate that I'm always so impressed with. It's the same thing with the RBI single back in the 3rd inning. Just lets that ball get pretty deep. It was a breaking ball that he somehow just not off balance for after being ready for fastballs too.
Ryan Zuckerman stands in from the right side. Runners at first and second. 1 gone, top 5. Red Sox still in front 4-1. 4th and final meeting between these two teams. Pitch is a called strike on the fastball on the inner third. Commodores in the final stretch of the regular season. 3 points out of a playoff spot entering today in the West. 0-1. Changeup foul back behind home plate. Commodores coming to this one losers of 5 straight, 10 losses in their last 12 games. The earlier this team can flip the switch in the earlier part of the week, the better. 0-2, fastball swing and a miss from Zuckerman for out number 2. Landry just rear back and fires at 89 on the fastball after a lot of off speed in the earlier parts of this inning. That's out number 2.
To tell you, offset not having a heavy hitting fastball. They only top out at 89, 90 miles an hour, but when you throw so many breaking balls, the 89, 90 starts to feel more like 92, 93.
Landry models his game after John Lester, Josh Hader as well, so you see a lot more off speed than fastballs.
The Hader, I definitely see.
Absolutely.
Tall, lanky.
Perfect model, right?
Yes.
2 gone for the righty Adrian Lopez. First pitch, popped it up. Middle infield. Backing up is Crescendo into center field, calls off everyone, and makes the grab, backtracking for that 3rd out. Commodores put some more hits on the board, but no more damage done in the top of the 5th. It is no runs on 2 hits. No errors, 2 left on base. Red Sox 4, Commodores 1. We go to the bottom of the 5th here from Red Wilson Field after this.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic Clam Shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, a proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, I'm Coleman Mizell, outfielder from Alabama, and you're watching Commodores baseball on KTV.
We enter the second half of this ball game here from Red Wilson Field. It's a 4-1 Whitey Red Sox lead in South Yarmouth. Commodores just the one run back in the third inning. And they have not been able to put the Red Sox down in order once the first 4 times through. And it'll be inning number 3 for Jackson Vanesco. First pitch, got a change up inside of the 3-hitter, Jack Arcamone. Arcamone's had quite the day, a couple of singles in the first and third innings, including a rocket in that first inning, over 100 miles an hour off the bat. Fastball right down the middle. Big swing and a miss, even at 1-1. Arcamone with a 2-0 day, batting average up to about 280. He leads this team in qualified hitters in OPS, even above Chris Akopian at 859. He's got 2 long balls already. He's going to hit one high and a right. Medium depth, Antonio Morales waving everyone out. A couple of jogs up to make the play for out number 1.
And this is the part of the ball game, Ben, where you kind of really figure out what kind of team the Commodores want to be, where the bullpen has showed up for a majority of these games, especially as you get to the later innings, but it's whether or not the offense is going to kind of come through and give you a chance.
1 gone, nobody on base here in the home half of the 5th. Armando Briseño. Lefty on righty matchup. Swing and a miss. He went downstairs. All the way in the dirt. It was a good block. Briseño offered, so he's down 0-1. With an 0-for-2 start. Strikeout and a ground out to third. Back in the third inning. The only YD hitter out of qualified hitters that's hitting over 320 or 300 on the season. 325 coming into this ball game. Fastball left off the plate. 1-1. 325 with a 778 OPS. Making that change from Long Beach State to Cal State Fullerton this upcoming year. 1-1 pitch, check swing down the zone. Appeal. They say he did not go, according to first base umpire Sam Finn. Puts Briseño ahead 2-1. Still looking for his first long ball of the summer. He didn't have a ton at Long Beach State this past year, but they came in big moments. 2-1 offering Holmes a breaking ball above the letters for ball 3. He's got a hitter's count. He had 2 go-ahead home runs, both at conference play against teams like Hawaii. And then, actually not a conference game, but another West Coast team in LMU. Earlier in non-conference play. 3-1 pitch home, line through the right side, and he'll down for a base hit. Briseño's going to dig around first. He'll stop there, though. Morales a nice cutoff in front of the center fielder, Mike Adu. And it's another inning with the base hit for YD. They have had base hits in all 5 innings so far today.
And the contact continues to really jump off the page for this Red Sox team. You gave the number a little bit earlier about there's only been 1 extra base hit for this team in this ballgame. That was Akopian on the home run. But everything else has been hard line drives into the outfield. No really chance either for the defense to make good plays.
Mason Eckelman out to have a word with his left-hander, Jackson Vanesco. Don't have a great view at the Falmouth bullpen right now to see if there's anything going on, but with this being a planned bullpen day, you expect there to be. Now the lefty, Will Baker's got an opportunity with the runner on first and 1 out. Briseño runs decently well at first base. He's got a decent lead off there. First pitch home is a changeup way high for ball 1 at the eyes of Baker. 0-for-1 today. Walked back in the third inning after lining out hard to the shortstop. With that base hit from Armando Briseño, Will Baker is the last Red Sox to not record a base hit in this game yet. He'll pop one high, shallow right field. Carl Schmidt ranging back. Morales going up. It'll be the center fielder Mike Anu at shallow right center. Little hop step to make the play. A couple of high flyouts for the first 2 outs with a runner on first. Sox trying to add on to their 4-1 lead in the bottom of the 5th, but 2 outs now, and Yomar Carreras the last chance to do so, who has reached both times today. Single and then reached on that error from Ryan Zuckerman that ended up scoring a run on number 4 for the Red Sox. Back in the 3rd. First pitch, he swings. Shallow right center again. Carl Schmidt going back. It'll be Schmidt this time. So all 3 outs into shallow right center, and it's Morales, New, Schmidt, all going to play on it to end the bottom of the 5th inning. Still got a base hit in there from Armando Briceño, but nothing across through 5. It's 4-1 Sox on Cape League TV.
To dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else. Dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
Top of the 6th inning from Red Wilson Field, 6-7-8 for the Commodores. Mason Eckelman to lead things off for the first full inning of work for Josh Landry. The lefty recorded the final 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning. Did not give up a run. Falmouth only scored 1. It's 4-1 as we've reached the 6th. I feel like I'm at a water park over here. So the whole equipment just got sprayed by Andrew over here to our left. Sorry if I had a little jump there. First pitch to Eckelman comes in outside for ball 1. You got to give me a towel now, Andrew.
Yeah, my bad. Little spillage.
1-0 pitch from the lefty. Change up below the knees of Eckelman. It's the first lefty on lefty matchup for Eckelman, who's had a pretty good day to start things off. Reached both times. Singled in the second. Walked in the 4th, the Ohio State Buckeye, taking on the Hope International Royal. Starts his windup. It's a long windup for Landry. Comes home with a 2-0 pitch. It's outside. Eckelman started off 3-0. Base hit back in the 2nd inning was his first base hit of the 2025 summer. So for 5 coming into it, but he had reached on a couple of walks before today. 3-0 offering from Landry. Fastball just at the knees. Get me over pitch. Called strike by home plate umpire Ryan DeMar. Now a 3-1 hitters count for Eckelman. He hit about 280 at Ohio State last year, so he had the contact numbers. 3-1 pitch skied foul behind home plate. Capisi give it a chase. Almost went for a dive. Cannot make the play. Goes crashing into the Falmouth dugout. But that comes up empty as Eckelman is kept alive to start things off at the top of the 6th. Starting a little project right now between innings. Of course, anytime you come to Red Wilson Field, you have to try the donut burgers. First time we came here, I got the glazed donut burger. I think a little bit better in consensus than what we have right now.
I don't mind. I really like this, not going to lie.
Payoff pitch coming home. Change up at the knees. Called strike 3. Eckelman's got some words for DeMar. A lot of backward Ks that Falmouth hitters are not happy with the calls of. It's been a story all game long, even here in the 6th, and it's the first out of the 6th inning.
I mean, look, we got a lot of bad faces from our team about diving into this. I am going to go for another half of this burger.
That just means more for you, right?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Antonio Morales, the 7-hitter for the Commodores today. Change up below ball 1. 0 for 2 with the line out and a strikeout. First strikeout for the Commodores didn't come until the last hitter in the lineup, and the 9-hitter Chris Newstrom. We got 4 of them the second time through the lineup. Morales drills one into center and sends down a couple of steps back. Has to turn around in front of the track to pull it down for out number 2.
I really like the way Antonio Morales has been swinging the bat over the last couple of games. More so, it's resulted in a lot more outs for him, but the contact he's making has been very impressive. I go back to that triple he had a couple of days ago where it was a rocket off his bat into right field where it really caught the right fielder by surprise. I think if he adds that element to his game, too, where he's always a speedy guy, it's going to be very impressive.
Now Osterhaus with 2 outs, nobody on base. Just trying to get something going in the inning. 4-1's the Whitey Red Sox lead to the top of the 6th. First pitch fastball outside and in the dirt. Ended up in the right-handed batter's box for the lefty Osterhaus. Another guy I think that we could say is hitting a lot of different spots in the lineup. This might be a new one for him today, hitting 8th. 1-0 changeup, foul down the first base line. Win Stromberg almost made a nice play as the first base coach. Some kids are going to go over and ask for the ball. But it almost feels like in today's era of baseball, the 9-hitter might have more kind of prestige or respect than the 8-hitter a lot of times because they like the wraparound leadoff hitter. That's why you've seen Osterhaus hitting 9th in a decent amount of spots this year. Foul down the third base line. And, of course, managers have all different kinds of philosophies with it. It's a 1-2 pitch on Osterhaus now. Reached his last time up with a 2-out walk. It was back in that 4th inning where there were no balls put in play. Strikeout, walk, strikeout, walk, strikeout. Landry winds and fires the 1-2. It's low, but it's grounded to the right side, right at Carreras. Yomar Carreras picks it up and throws to first for out number 3. That is just the first 1-2-3 inning since the first inning for YD. Through 5.5, Commodores still trail by 3. It's 4-1 Red Sox heading to the bottom of the 6th. Doors on the radio on Cape League TV.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Back here in the bottom of the 6th inning, the day is done for Jackson Vanesco as the Whitey Red Sox have taken a 4-1 lead into the 6th inning, out hitting Falmouth by a number of 9-5. And the new pitcher for the Commodores is they're going to call on another lefty. Well, somebody could do both. PJ Rogan, in back-to-back games is going to take them out for Falmouth. The switch pitcher, we've talked about him a lot. It's kind of mesmerizing to watch him change from lefty to righty on different batters. But the first lefty in the inning for YD is Braden Dow, the left-hander. So a lefty-on-lefty match up to start. Red Sox with a 3-run lead. Rogan's the third pitcher of the day, and he fires on a first-pitch fastball on the top half of the zone for strike 1. Dowd 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out to third back in the 3rd inning. Rogan fires the 0-1. Fastball at the knees, this time just a bit outside. Same part of the plate, but be called 1 ball, 1 strike. It was just 5 days ago where Dowd announced his commitment to Florida State after spending the last couple of seasons for Southern California. Swing and a miss on a changeup low. He's down 1-2. So he is one of 3 different USC guys from last year in either lineup today, both him and Carpentier. Carpentier's on deck right now, and then Adrian Lopez playing shortstop for Falmouth today. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Slider that ended up outside, and he got Dowd to chase. First batter faced, first strikeout of the game for P.J. Rogan. And it was the aforementioned Dean Carpentier with 1 out and nobody on base. As we'll see, P.J. Rogan switched that 6-fingered glove from his right hand to his left hand and throw righty now. First pitch to Carpentier will come in and ground it up the middle, and a nice play by P.J. Rogan. Just threw his glove out, will jog on down to first base and flip it to catch Schmidt for out number 2. I didn't even see that ball. I don't know how Rogan made that play.
Because he got 6 fingers in the glove. He's got more room. No, I'm kidding. That was a phenomenal play either way, where that had to be on 1 or 2 quick hops right in his direction. I'm not sure if he saw it all the way or if he just took a quick stab on it. But either way, that was a phenomenal defensive play.
Trying to go 1-2-3 with Capisi coming up. Fastball off the plate for ball 1. Well, I think the glove is just 6-fingered. I don't think that Rogan actually has 6 fingers. Pretty crazy, though.
He does not have 6 fingers. No.
Capisi 1 for 2 today with a single and a strikeout. Still hitting .222 on the summer, just above the Mendoza line. Awkward swing. He was out in front of a breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's much below the Mendoza line to start the year. But batting average back up to .222 for the Creighton Blue Jay. 1-1 pitch, way outside. Eckelman's got trouble with it.
My favorite thing, too, Ben, is when he does switch pitch, is that on the game day live updates, it has to update as either or as well.
That's awesome.
To get some sort of confirmation in his stats as well as seeing in person is pretty cool.
2-1 fastball at the letters. Oh, cold strike, high pitch, but the Red Sox have been getting that call, the Red Sox pitchers at least, for the majority of this game, so Falmouth happy to see that called both ways. The Deucers are wild now, 2-2 count with 2 outs and a 4-1 Red Sox lead here at the bottom of the 6th. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. It was tipped into the mitt of Mason Eckelman's glove. P.J. Rogan, couple of strikeouts, and a nice defensive play sandwiched in between. 1-2-3 inning, the first for Falmouth pitching today. Third of the way left. That's a makeup to do. It's 4-1 Sox. Doors on the radio on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, president of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true kid track classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
I'm Bear Harrison, catcher from Texas A&M College, and you're listening to Commodores Baseball on Cape League TV.
Commodores have some makeup to do. They're down by 3 with 3 frames left. They played down to their last 9 outs. It's still the second Red Sox pitcher of the game, and Josh Landry on the mound. He will see 9-1-2 in this top of the 7th. Back here at Red Wilson Field in South Yarmouth, Massachusetts. Ben Haller alongside Andrew Delapiana. Ryan Martin's the third member of our crew. We only got 5 of these left after today in the regular season. See if the Doors can make a push at Katuitt for that last spot in the playoffs. Lefty on righty matchup to start. Landry will offer to Chris Newstrom. Change up at the knees for strike 1. Nystrom is not too happy with the home plate umpire Ryan DeMar last time he was at the plate. It was a backwards K on a high pitch. One of the higher strikes I've seen called. He'll come home with the 0-1 inside. It was after the tough check swing call from third base umpire Jim Fedesca, who was sort of out of position for that call. Lefty slowly turns for the 1-1 pitch and throws it way low to put Nystrom ahead. Struck out swinging his first time up, so he's 0 for 2 with a couple of Ks. We've talked about strikeouts have been his bugaboo this year. And a lot of it, it can't be easy without getting consistent playing time recently either. 2-1 pitch, he went chasing way low. It was in the dirt. Nystrom offered 2-2. A little bit of an awkward shadow between the plate and the mound. I think the hitter, though, is half in the shadow, half not. Pitcher definitely is not. Change up with the 2-2 is in the dirt again, so we've run full now that Nystrom does not swing.
Also feels very strange to be in the 7th inning before 6:30.
And this is when
Commodores
usually wrap it up with first at home at Go Fuller Field. Now the payoff comes home, tipped into the mitt of Capisi again. Third strikeout of the game for Chris Nystrom, his second swinging, and that gets Landry started now with his second strikeout of the ballgame. Call on Mike Anu back to the top of the lineup as you flip the lineup card over. One gone, nobody on base. And still at this point, Falmouth has yet to put a leadoff runner in an inning on. First pitch to Anu is popping one up down the first base line, fair territory. Shallow right, it's Dean Carpentier. He will make the grab and outfield grass for the second out. So a long first at-bat, now one pitch to Mike Anu, and he pops up. A 1-for-4 day. Trying to make it back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. It has been 7 straight retired by the lefty Landry. Final 2 of the 5th, 3 in the 6th, and now the first 2 here. Carl Schmidt will try to end that streak. Single back in the 5th. Comes home with the first pitch. It's called strike. Again, low in the zone, I guess. Or 0-1 pitch. Or once the Sox lead. Also about hitting Falmouth 9-5. And the top of the 7th. Fastball right down Broadway. Schmidt knew it. And it's 0-2. There's been a bigger zone today. I don't think that one there was any question about it. The Sox shade Schmidt a little bit to the left. Second baseman Carreras pretty close to hugging the second base bag. Far off the first base bag is Dean Carpentier at first. 0-2 pitch. Just low for ball 1. It was a competitive 0-2 though from Landry. Trying to work a second 1, 2, 3. It's 2 1/3 for him so far. He's got the 3 strikeouts on just 33 pitches, so it's a good chance that Landry's got a lot left in the tank as the Commodores down to the last 7 outs. Foul tipped just out of the mid of Capisi. Seen a lot of those foul tip on 2 strikeouts.
Carl Schmidt's reaction to just sarcastically nodding back to home plate. Yeah, he dropped the ball. I get another one.
Stays at a 1-2 count with 2 outs and nobody on base. Schmidt just the 1 home run of the year at 16 RBIs. Trying to get something going. And the 7th. Swing and a miss on a pitch low. Capisi dropped it. Schmidt doesn't want to run it out. That'll do it for the top of the 7th. Commodores offense starting to go lifeless as it's time to stretch from Red Wilson Field for what sucks. Doors on the radio on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Introducing Open Cape, the local nonprofit internet service provider in this region. Open Cape's fast and reliable network is 100% fiber optic, providing affordable internet connectivity. To learn more, visit opencape.org and always speak with a live Open Cape representative. Open Cape, providing choice and competition for your home or business and the official internet provider of your Falmouth Commodores.
We are Open Cape.
I'm Adrian Lopez, an infielder from University of Southern California, and you're listening to Commodores Baseball on Cape League TV.
Back here at Red Wilson Field, we have stretch. B.J. Rogan will go back to the mound for his second inning of work. It was a 1-2-3, bottom of the sixth for Rogan. A couple of strikeouts, so that a ground out back to himself. But that was against the 7-8-9 hitter, so we will see the top of the lineup. A.J. Nestler, Chris Akopian, Jack Acamone. All due up in the bottom of the seventh. The Sox have a 4-1 lead. Just that's 6 outs to work with. Try to add on here in the seventh. Nestler just got a 1-for-3 day. Ground out back of the first, and then a 2 RBI single in the second. Fastballs above the zone for ball 1 to him. Well, he's just hitting 171 before today, and it's not like it's a terribly low sample size. Still one of the later additions. Fastball misses high again. 2-0 to start him off. A 479 OPS, but they put him in the leadoff spot. A Pittsburgh Panther, then UCF Knight, then Pittsburgh Panther again. Spent the last couple of years at Pitt. 2-0 pitch. Went chasing at it outside for strike one. We've told the narrative about this last year's Pitt season a little bit on this broadcast because of Ryan Zuckerman. You heard it for Nestler, though. Also a Pitt Panther. They had a little bit of an ACC tourney push after an unsuccessful season. 2-1's way high. That's 3-1 now. He was a pretty big part of that. A couple of big base hits and a win over Louisville in the ACC tournament. 3-1 comes home. Swing and a miss. Rogan has worked it full. It is a lefty-on-lefty matchup with Rogan on the mound. I mentioned how this is Rogan's second straight appearance in back-to-back games. His payoff pitch goes outside. That's the first base runner he's given up today. But it is just appearance number 3 for him on the year with a 4.5 ERA. It'll face maybe the toughest hitter in the YD lineup at Chris Akopian, with the runner on first and nobody gone in the bottom of the seventh. Rogan will switch to the righty spot, working out of the stretch. Sets at the chest, looks him up and down, then comes home with the breaking ball low. Akopian got the scoring started back in the first inning. They 1-out solo shot into right field, or he hit the opposite way, but one that I don't think anyone had any doubt. Since then, a pop-up and a 6-4-3 double play. Fastball outside for ball 2 to him. Akopian making that change to Texas A&M for a couple of spectacular years at Maryland, along with his brother Eddie Akopian. For a Maryland team that has been known for their offense, not so much for their pitching, though, last couple of years. 2-0 changeup right down the middle of the zone. Although their one and only player drafted in the MLB draft this year was a pitcher, Ryan McKay, who's heading to the Cincinnati Reds. Two-one pitch. Grounded to the left side. Going to be a tough play. Zuckerman reaches out, throws to second in time. First, just brought Ken Schmidt off the bag. So they'll get the lead runner at second base. Ken Schmidt pleading his case. And Jared Saltalamacchia coming out to talk to a first base umpire, Sam Finn. His Falmouth dugout has not been pleased with a lot of calls today. As it stands, it's a 5-4 fielder's choice. And now there's going to be a meeting between the whole umpiring crew, Finn, DeMar, and Finesca. Is there anything you can really change here?
Look, I love when managers advocate for their players, but the conversation between the umpires is usually pretty unnecessary because the call on the field by the closest umpire usually does not get overturned. I mean, they usually have the best angle, so this conversation is kind of just more so for the benefit of the doubt, like, hey, let's talk about it. It's more so, hey, what do you want to do after this game for dinner?
Chick-fil-A sounds good.
It does. It's only about 10 minutes away.
They're still having a longer meeting. This is usually longer than it goes,
Correct.
but like you said, rarely ever is this overturned unless the home plate umpire thinks he's got a tougher.
Oh,
wow! Well, that is a first for me. Sam Finn points to first base. He will call Chris Akopian out, and I love how Finn knew it. He immediately. First step was not back to his first base position. First step was to the YD dugout to have a conversation with Scott Pickler.
I mean, that never, ever, especially when you don't have video replay either. It's literally just based off that in real time. But, I mean, maybe something Ryan Damari saw a little bit better on the first base side. But, I mean, you never see that.
No. So, Sam Finn will make the jog back to first base. That's big for Falmouth, and I do think it's the right call. We don't have the best angle on it, but a very nice double play. Ryan Zuckerman to Carl Schmidt to Kent Schmidt. So a 5-4-3 to eliminate the leadoff walk. 2 outs, nobody on base. Still the 3-run lead. Jack Archimone at the plate. See, first pitch takes it right down Broadway.
President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Three, 4, 5 comes up for Falmouth as they try to chase a 3-run deficit to the Whitey Red Sox and avoid falling to a season-worst 8 games under 500 and a season-worst 6-game losing streak. Kent Schmidt, Ryan Zuckerman, Adrian Lopez to lead things off against Josh Landry, who is coming back out to the mound for now it would be his third full inning of work. He's pitched 2 2/3 so far. In his first pitch, Ken Schmidt squares around a bunt, pulls it back because it's a fastball out of the zone. Schmidt 2 for 3 and a couple of singles, including an RBI single in the third and a ground out to third base. His first time up. Kicks and fires the 1-0. Fastball right down the middle for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Landry, we talked a lot about the Hope International Royal. And I think my favorite conversation, back to the Josh Hader comparisons we were talking about, that's how he models his game after. And he's got the tall, lanky, long stretch. This one's laced hard down the first base line. Affair getting all the way on the corner. Schmidt's around first. It's chased by Baker. And Schmidt's going to slowly jog into second base. It's thrown back in and cut off. A leadoff double for Kent Schmidt, his third base hit of the day. Commodores in business.
And that caught Schmidt by surprise. He thought he turned on it a little bit too quickly, and then he wasn't really out of the box by the time it was called fair down that first base line. Then he was hustling out of the box to get there to second.
Ken Schmidt can pick up speed a little bit, one of the bigger guys on this team. But here's Ryan Zuckerman with the runner at scoring position.
But back to your hater porn, I absolutely see it where it's the skinny kind of frame underneath, but a lot more size up top.
Swing and a miss on a changeup right down the middle. Zuckerman was early. It's also, it feels like, with their long stretch to the plate, they're almost dropping the ball into the zone.
Correct, yeah.
Both of them.
Because they're just leaning over like Michael Jordan in Space Jam. That's what it looks like.
Mariners ahead 0-1 here. Schmidt off of second base. Change up, same pitch, this time on the outer corner. Zuckerman left it alone, but it's a cold strike, so he's down. No balls, 2 strikes.
Also, too, in a sense where it's a lot more focused on accuracy than pitch, than velocity.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't throw very fast, Landry.
The 0-2. Fastball high, cut on and missed. Zuckerman shakes his head to himself. Says something to him, but it's his 3rd strikeout of this ball game. So for 4, runner will stay put at second base at Ken Schmidt with Adrian Lopez coming to the plate. Had a frustrating first at-bat, though it was a spectacular play at shortstop by Armando Briceño. Well, one where Lopez thought that would break him out of the slump. He's got an opportunity with the runner on second, though, 7 RBIs on the season. Well, 7 of those feel like they've come in the first 30 games or so of the year. He's been cold with this losing streak for Falmouth. That'll take a first pitch inside for ball 1. Heading back to USC, we've talked about the 3 Trojans on this team. Lopez, Carpentier, Dowd, now making the transfer to Florida State. Carpentier and Lopez actually split a decent amount of playing time at first base this past season. 1-0 pitch, bounced in the dirt, and a nice block by Capisi. But both of those guys got some starts at DH, got some starts at first. Lopez didn't play short much this past year in LA. He's way ahead of this count, 2-0. Lefty Landry gives a good look at second base before offering home. Fastball high. So 3 balls, no strikes to Lopez. Strikeout, pop up to short, or his second and third at bat, so he's 0 for 3 today. Falmouth does have the 6 base hits on this ball game. To Whitey's 9. 3-0 fastball, get me over pitch right down the middle of the zone. Runs to 3-1. With that first out on the strikeout, that does complete 3 innings for Landry. Obviously 3+, but 5 strikeouts in his first 3 innings of work. Has yet to give up a run. 3-1 pitch. Lopez fouled back to run full. Landry has worked from 3-0 to 3-2. Maybe a stoppage in play. I think some sort of pitch comm issue from Capisi. As it looks like right now, Landry's had a conversation with shortstop Briceño, second baseman Carreras. He'll pay his attention back home for the full count. The payoff. Breaking ball way low. It's in the dirt. It's ball 4 to Adrian Lopez, the first time he reaches. Now 2 on the base path for Falmouth. The game-tying run at the plate in the form of Mason Eckelman. Of course, we talked about this week, we're going to see a little more scoreboard watching than usual. Brewster does have a 4-2 lead over Bourne, who sits in second in the West Division. YD and Falmouth playing here with a 4-1 game. Wareham up 2-0 on Chatham. Hyannis has the 3-2 lead over Catuit. Those are the 2 teams Falmouth chasing in the division, and probably want Catuit to lose. First pitch to Eckelman is a fastball in the outer part of the zone. Harwich Orleans just got underway in Harwich. No 1 count early on Eckelman. He's reached twice on a single and a walk. Strikeout back in the 6th. The Ohio State Buckeye. 0-1, grounder to the left side of the infield. The third baseman, Hakopian, bounces off his knee, and no play can be made. Hakopian uber aggressive to try to take that ball away from Briceño, who was waiting on it. Station to station, everybody's safe. They're loaded with just 1 out.
Kind of an in-between ball, too, where they were shaded a little bit more towards second base with Eckelman, but kind of a weird spot, too, for Briceño, where he has to go to his right with his momentum already taking him left. And might have just taken his eye off the baseball. They're going to call that one an infield single for Eckelman.
That's his second base hit of this game. Bases loaded with one out. Game tying run on base. Antonio Morales, he'd be the go-ahead run. At the plate, 0 for 2, or rather 0 for 3. First pitch swinging into shallow right, down for a base hit. Ken Schmidt scores easily. Adrian Lopez rounding third. He'll score when the throw comes in from Baker. It's a 2-run single, and all of a sudden, Doors down 1 here on the top of the 8th inning, 4-3.
And we said it too in Morales' last at-bat, the way he is adding this extra oomph of power to his game is so impressive. This one, just a hard liner off the bat into right field. Just puts a good swing on a ball in the top of the zone. And we are at a 1-run ball game just like that.
Just first to second for Eckelman. So a game-tying run at scoring position with Morales at first base. Justin Osterhaus waiting to step in a left-handed batter's box. And again, looks like pitch-com issues for Landry, who has now given up his first 2 runs of this game. And a conversation between Capisi and Landry, I think it is that pitch-com issue. But Morales picks up RBIs number 8 and 9 on the season. It's been a story all year long, and he doesn't have a ton of those opportunities, either hitting leadoff, hitting 9th sometimes. You move him up a couple of spots to hit 7th today. Right away has those opportunities, and a little bit of good karma after the hard lineout he had in the center at his second inning, where Braden Dowd made a spectacular play.
I think YD too, just trying to settle momentum with now a mound visit from the pitching coach.
Yeah, I don't see. There's a righty throwing, like starting to stretch a little bit. Not quite fully warming up for the Red Sox. Maybe give some time for the bullpen to work. Worry about the fatigue for Landry, who hasn't really pitched a lot for the Red Sox this year. It's only his 3rd appearance, and only a total of 6 2/3 in his first 2 appearances. So Capisi will make his way back behind home plate. YD pitching coach back to the dugout. Osterhaus 0 for 2 today with a walk. He's got a couple of groundouts. But now it's Eckelman at second base and Antonio Morales at first, but just the 1 out. That was the Ryan Zuckerman strikeout. Landry back set at the mound on the third base side of the rubber. Long look at second, and he'll come home on a breaking ball. And the dirt gets away from Capisi. Runners take off. Eckelman in the third. Morales at second base. No throw. As Capisi tosses it back to Landry. Now 2 in scoring position for Falmouth. That moves the game-tying run into a sacrifice situation and the go-ahead run into scoring position. But it is 8-9. Osterhaus at the plate. Chris Newstrom is on deck. Osterhaus has 10 RBIs on the year, one of the only few Commodores in double digits. Fastball called, strikeout that he's. Infield has come in for the Red Sox, all 4 of them. Corners in Carpentier and Akopian. Bachenio is in front of second base, to the right of second base, coming in. And somewhere between Carpentier and Bachenio is the second baseman, Carreras. 1-1 pitch. Osterhaus nubs it foul to the third base line. He is down to a 1-ball-2-strike count.
And I think we're still waiting for that signature moment from Justin Osterhaus, where he brings over that unbelievable game where he had the grand slam, the winning pitcher with Purdue Fort Wayne in the spring, but hasn't had that big step just yet with the Commodores. Could do it here.
Just the 1 home run for him on the campaign. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, breaking ball low. Osterhaus chased, and that is the biggest strikeout of the game to this point for Landry to record the second out of the inning. Infield moves back. Eckelman stays at third. Morales still at second. And now with 2 outs, it's down to Chris Newstrom here at the top of the 8th. Strikeout number 6 for Josh Landry in 3 1/3 innings of work. And Scott Pickler will make his way to the YD mound. That'll be it for Josh Landry. A call on someone else with runners on second and third and 2 outs. Game tying run just 90 feet away. It's 4-3 Red Sox. We'll be back shortly after some messages here on Cape League TV. Commodores will to get this last opportunity in the top of the eighth against a two-way guy. Alex Overbay is the third pitcher of the ball game for the YD Red Sox, the UNLV Rebel. A pretty good season at UNLV this past season in just his sophomore year. Got time at both the plate and on the mound. Headed with an ERA of 5.14 this past year and a 4-2 record in 20 appearances. He will inherit runners on second and third base with 2 outs. 4-3 is the Red Sox lead. Commodores trying to tie or take the lead. The 9-hitter Chris Newstrom steps into the right-handed batter's box. Righty on righty matchup. Overbay, ready to fire his first pitch. It's a changeup right down the middle of the zone to make it 0-1. Newstrom's got the hat trick today, trying to avoid the golden sombrero. 3 strikeouts, 2 of them swinging. He's got the one looking that was on a questionable call. Red Sox shade him pretty straight up with Mason Eckelman at third base, Antonio Morales on second for Falmouth. 0-1 pitch. Newstrom hits that high and a right. Will Baker going back at the track in front of the wall. He's got it for out number 3. Commodores, again, at second and third with just 1 out. Can't get anything across. They do get the 2, though, in the inning to cut the deficit to what? It's 4-3. Red Sox heading to the bottom of the 8th. Doors down to their last 3 outs. Red Sox try to add on here on Cape League TV.
Introducing Open Cape, the local nonprofit internet service provider in this region. Open Cape's fast and reliable network is 100% fiber optic, providing affordable internet connectivity. To learn more, visit opencape.org and always speak with a live Open Cape representative. Open Cape, providing choice and competition for your home or business and the official internet provider of your Falmouth Commodores.
We are Open Cape.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
I'm Matt Sauser, right-handed pitcher from UCF, and you're listening to Commodores Baseball on Cape League TV.
Back here in the bottom of the 8th inning, YD had that deficit cut to just 1 by the Commodores at the top of the 8th inning. They still hold the lead as the Commodores make a move to the bullpen and call on Grant Meert. The lefty Switch pitchers P.J. Rogan's day is done after 2 innings of work. Faced just the minimum 6 batters. It'll be the middle of the third. 4 Mir to face. 4, 5, 6. Briseño, Baker, Carreras. First pitch to Briseño is low for ball 1. Wind has picked up mightily in this 8th inning. Fastball up in the zone, swung on and missed. You see that American flag out in left field moving out. It is gusting out to center, I would say right now is my best look at it. 1-1 pitch for Carreras. Fastball outside, Briseño for ball 1. Grant Meert, the Johns Hopkins Blue Jay. Making appearance number 6 already on the Cape. He was a later addition. We've seen a lot of action from him. This one pops down the first base line behind the first base bleachers here at Red Wilson. Count has run 2-2 on Briseño. 1 for 3 today, a single, ground out to third, and a strikeout. Third baseman Zuckerman plays him pretty tightly down the third base line. He's hugging the third base back. This one lined hard into right. Antonio Morales going back towards the track. It'll one-hop the wall. Morales picks it up as Briseño rounds first. It's a leadoff double on Grant Meert for Armando Briseño. His second base hit of his many at-bats.
That is not the start the Commodores were looking for in the bottom of the 8th here, where plenty of momentum after putting that 2-spot up. You'd love to go 1-2-3, continue that on, and also a pinch runner in the game as well for the Red Sox. It's going to be Jace Tarnish.
So Tarnish get a couple of starts against this Falmouth team in the lineup. He will enter here as Armando Briseño's day is done, going 2 for 4 with a single and a double. Tarnish can run well. He's in scoring position as a run of insurance with nobody out for Will Baker. YD got the scoring started. They scored in each of the first 3 frames, including 1 in the first and the third. They got 2 in that second inning. After Falmouth in between there got 1 on the top of the third. So first third of this game, it was a 4-1 score. That held for a while up until the start of this inning when Falmouth got 2 in the top of the 8th. First pitch in a lefty-on-lefty matchup to Will Baker is tall for ball 1. Baker 0 for 2, fly out, line out. And a walk back in the third inning. That was a pretty hard line out with a couple, or just one runner on base back of the first, where Adrian Lopez was just right place, right time. Kicks and fires the 1-0 pitch. Fastball high again. Meert Rising Jr. from Baldwin, Missouri, so he comes a long way to go to Johns Hopkins. This past season saw a lot of appearances, 18 of them to be exact, all out of relief. Was the most reliable arm out of relief for Johns Hopkins. Fastball high again. All 3 pitches have been fastballs, varying levels of on top of the zone. And it is a 3-0 count after the leadoff double to Briseño. Fastball high again. 4 straight high fastballs. It's a 4-pitch walk to Will Baker. Tarnish stays put at second base as Baker makes his way down to first. And a meeting on the mound. I think this one called by one of the infielders, Adrian Lopez, at short to have a conversation with Meert about settling in. You get to the 6th spot with the Omar Carreras about to hit.
And that's what leaders do. They see a guy struggling on the mound. They say, let's talk for a second, settle things down, take your breath. That's kind of the person Adrian Lopez is.
Now it's also an offensive conversation between the third base coach and Omar Carreras. And he finally makes his way to the right-handed batter's box. Both the mound and the plate in shadows now. It's that outfield. It's the only place where it sees the sun. First and second with nobody out for Carreras. First pitch change up right down Main Street for strike 1. Carreras has reached twice, but it's a 1 for 3 day. He reached on an error in the 4th after a single in the 2nd, a pop up in the 5th inning.
Commodores, too, really hugging their respective lines, even coming in to protect the bunt.
Here will step off, throw to second base to keep a look at Tarnish. He is back there safely. Both Tarnish and Baker can run decently well for YD. Of course, there's still nobody out in the inning. 0-1 offering, change up, called strike on the outer part. So he's gone down the middle and on the outside part to the righty Carreras, who has not offered at either. He's down 0-2. All Big Ten freshman team member a season to go at Rutgers. Grounded to the right side, couple of hops picked up by Schmidt. Throw to second base, Lopez has it, fakes the throw to first base and a look at third to bait a throw, or bait a run I should say. There is no throw though, they just get the runner at second on a 4-6 fielder's choice.
Really tough play for Schmidt, where that took a lot of high bounces in the air to kind of buy some time for Carreras to get down the line. So makes that smart play of just getting the runner at second, still have the double play in your back pocket as well.
Tarnish is at third base now after the fielder's choice, and Carreras gets first. Bottom third of the lineup. Braden Dowd, lefty on lefty matchup. Bunt laid down, right back of Meert down the first base line. Run will score. Throw to first. Drop by Schmidt. Everybody's safe. It was a perfect safety squeeze, and he even got to first base on the defensive miscue from Meert and Schmidt. 5-3 Red Sox just when Falmouth gets a couple in the top of the eighth. YD gets one back. That'll be ruled hit on the bunt.
That's just unfortunate, too. And sometimes you just have to tip your cap to Braden Dowd, and that was a phenomenal sacrifice, or I should say safety squeeze on the first base line.
Change up in the dirt now to Dean Carpentier. That'll go as RBI number 8 for Braden Dowd on the summer. 5-3 Sox, first and second. Now with one out in the bottom of the eighth. Wind really started to pick up from Red Wilson. Fastball down Broadway for strike one. 1-1 strike. Carpentier is 1 for 2. Had a sac bunt in the second. Single in the fourth. Ground to the pitcher his last time up. A couple of seasons at USC, where he will go back there for his rising junior season. Change up low for ball 2. Might be one of the more attractive pieces when it comes to MLB draft talk after this next junior fall or spring forum and next year's draft in the Big Ten. 2-1, Carpentier hits one high. Shallow right towards the line. Antonio Morales going in. He will make the play towards the line for the second out. Tagging from second to third is Carreras. He's there safely. So it's an F9 that moves a runner up, but 2 outs now in the bottom of the eighth for the 9-hitter Connor Capisi coming up. On that play, Braden Dowd stayed put at first base too, so they're on the corners now with 2 retired. Crowd started to dwindle down a little bit at Red Wilson Field. It wasn't a very huge one to begin with. Meert ready for the 0-0 pitch. Fastball, called strike on the inner part. Has been a bigger zone for DeMar today. Or the Commodores do up to the top of the lineup in the top of the ninth, hoping they can keep this to a 2-run deficit. That's why he gets one back in the inning. 0-1 pitch will come after a throw over to first base. Wasn't a large lead at all from Dowd. You hardly see a lot of throwovers with a runner on third base, though. But the lefty on Meert's got a pretty good throw-over move. No balls, 1 strike. Fastball cut on and missed, 0-2. Brought the heat on the fastball at 92 miles an hour. Meert's got one of the better fastballs velocities at the Division III level. Big reason he's here. But how about this? We've seen a D3 arm. We've seen an NAIA arm in this ballgame.
Shows the variety of talent that college baseball has to offer, no matter what level.
0-2, nailed it. Fastball hit him on the side of the hip. And the 9-hitter, Connor Capisi, will slowly make his way to first base. That loads the bases with 2 outs. You get to hear that, too, off the, I don't know if that's the hip bone.
Either way, worst thing to do is in an 0-2 count is hit the guy, because
worst thing to do, especially with two runners on base, and it's a 9-hitter and an 0-2 count.
Yep, you throw all that on top, it doesn't make it a lot better.
So YD's brought 6 batters up to the plate, now 7 with A.J. Nestler coming up here in the 8th. Loaded with 2 outs. First pitch change up, called strike on the outer part. Nestler walked just an inning ago. That led off the 7th inning before he was doubled up. That was part of the 2nd inning and final inning of work for P.J. Rogan. 0-1, fastball, grounded through the middle, through for a base hit. Carreras will score easily. Braden Downs around third as the throw comes in from New. Gets away, and runner's going to advance from second to third as Eckelman still chasing it. Everybody gets an extra bag after the 2-run single from the top of the order at A.J. Nestler. So you have that grounder up the middle that scored Carreras and Dowd. Dean Carpentier was going to stop at second base, but moved up to third base after a throw got away. And with that throw getting away, and also lets Nestler get up to first, or up to second, so still 2 in scoring position. But the Red Sox have doubled their lead. It's now 7-3 in the bottom of the 8th with the dangerous Hakopian up. First pitch, fastball out. It's about as deflating of a single you can have for an opposing team at Falmouth.
I mean, that kind of just really sums it up how this losing streak has gone, where you have a chance to get out of the frame, an 0-2 hit by pitch, and a 2-run single.
1-0 change up low and in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. And Andrew, you hate to keep harping on it, but it bears bringing up 2-out production again for opposing teams.
We talked about that whip a little bit earlier of a 1.6, but over 60 runs driven in with 2 outs.
And just like that, Grant Mears has gone up 3-0 on a fastball tall to Chris Hakopian. Hakopian started this day off well, solo home run, but pop up and 2 double plays for him. On grounders in the 4th and 7th innings, so he's 1 for 4 with the 1 RBI. Sets and fires the 3-0 pitch. It's high again, a 4-pitch walk. It's the 2nd 4-pitch walk we've seen from Falmouth pitching. And Anthony DeFabio is going to be the one to make the move to the bullpen. That's going to be it for Grant. For YD in the bottom of the 8th inning, they have their largest lead of this ball game. It's 7-3 Sox. Still trying to get the final out of the 8th on Cape League TV. Climbs the hill for Falmouth as the 4th pitcher of the ball game. That number 5 for Falmouth. As he will just try to get this last out of the bottom of the 8th inning, an inning where YD has scored 3 to go from a 1-run lead to a 4-run lead at 7-3 Red Sox. Ben Eller alongside Andrew Della Piana alongside with you. Falmouth will try to have some miracle in the top of the 9th, but they're down 4 now. It'll be a little more difficult of a task But the bases are still loaded, and the Whitey Red Sox have now batted around in this 8th inning with Jack Archimone coming to the plate. It's going to be a pinch hitter for YD. Archimone has had a great day, but his day will be done. They're going to call on the righty to face the lefty Schultz. Thomas McAndrews, first pitch thrown to the dirt. A nice block by Eckelman with some help from the home plate umpire, DeMar. But Isaac Sr. from Fordham, one of the best players for the Rams this past year. Just the first 11 games of the season with an injury, but had a very great end to the year. 282 batting average, total of 12 extra base hits and 20 RBIs in the ACC for the Rams. Andrews ahead in the count, 1-0. Jacob Schultz, the most reliable arm out of the Falmouth bullpen, named an all-star right here at Red Wilson Field. Fastball way high to the left of McAndrews. Fastball, called strike on the inner corner. It's a generous call from DeMar. Schultz has kind of been one of those guys. We've talked about it. He doesn't go very long in a game, doesn't throw a lot of innings, so he can pitch a lot for Falmouth. This is appearance number 12 for him on the campaign. 2-1 pitch, spiked it, gets away from Eckelman, sprinting up from third. Scoring is Chris Capizzi. It's now 8-3 Red Sox. Nestler up to third, Akopians at second base. Now this is going to be a little rough on the line of Grant Meert now. Still responsible for the runners at second and third base, but as it stands, 2/3 innings have worked with 3 earned runs on 2 walks and 3 hits. Got that ERA up to 7.8. 3-1 count on McAndrews. Fastball bopped high down the first base line. Ken Schmidt going over foul territory, and the second baseman Carl Schmidt as well. And it drops in fair territory. They can't get there. And both runs will score for YD. They take a 10-3 lead here at the bottom of the 8th, a 6-run frame. Well, that's the second error of the game for the Commodores.
Just completely where Morales, Schmidt, and other Schmidt converge right a couple steps past the dirt mark. It just, oh, man.
Changeup comes high, and how about this? An interesting situation as there's a runner on first and 2 outs. 7-run lead for YD, bottom of the 8th. Tarnish came into this game as a pinch runner in this inning. They thought there was no way that spot would come up again. And Tarnish will hit in the inning after he pinch ran. Tip one into the mid of Eckelman, even the count up at 1-1. So he scored in this inning. He'll have to go back to the plate.
That's a fun little surprise.
It is. He was the one that scored on the safety squeeze from Braden Dowd. One pitch, foul back into the net. Puts Schultz back ahead of the count, 1 balls and 2 strikes. Well, this one's starting to get out of reach for Falmouth. Opportunities start to dwindle down to get back into playoff picture.
Also called that McAndrews pop-up a single because no one made contact with it as well.
Yeah, I saw the error go up on the scoreboard. There's 2 now for Falmouth. Another one changed. Grounded to Adrian Lopez. Will flip to second to finally get out of the bottom of the 8th. So right as Falmouth in the top of the 8th gets within 1, YD responds in a big way. 10-3 Red Sox. Commodores need a miracle, top of the 9th. Doors on the radio on Cape League TV.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just 1 click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
YD extends their lead in the bottom of the 8th inning to 10-3, up by 7, and they will throw Dean Carpentier out on the mound for just his second time this summer. Not even listed as a two-way guy on this roster, on the USC roster, but he will face on the top third of this Falmouth lineup with Mike Cadu and Carl Schmidt. As Doors try to look for a miracle on the top of the ninth before falling to 13-21-1 with a loss. Mike Cadu will be the first one to lead things off. It's Costello taking over for him at first base. We were panicking over here. We couldn't find an 18 in their pitching staff. Looked at 3 different official rosters. First pitch to Mike Cadu's fouled off to the right side. Well, maybe it's because we didn't look in the infielders. Carpentier at the plate today has had a pretty good day. 1 for 3 with the single. He scored a couple of times. No one pitch is a breaking ball below the knees to Mike Cadu. Mentioned he wasn't listed as a switch hitter for USC. Has yet to make an appearance for the Trojans on the mound. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball low, make it 1-2. USC, they already got their fair share of two-way players. In fact, they had one of the best in the country this season in Ethan Hedges, infielder and right-handed pitcher. Fastball tall, 2-2 count now on Mike Cadu. Commodores are threat of dropping to 8 games under 500. 5 games left after this one. 3 of them come back at the Gov, including a little 2-game stretch at home against Hyannis and Chatham the next 2 games. Change up foul to the left to keep New even. This 2-2 count.
And Carpenter's throwing pretty solid, too. It's not like he's just lollipopping them in.
Well, this is one of the situations, too, if you're Falmouth and you're Adrian Lopez. I think Adrian Lopez wishes he was up right now. Absolutely. It's one thing to face one of your pitcher's teammates. Swing and a miss, 2-2 pitch. Carpentier brings it a 6-pitch strikeout on a changeup low, and I think Mike Cadu's telling his teammates, "You sure this guy didn't pitch at USC?" But it's one thing to face one of your pitcher's teammates back at school, to face one of your offensive teammates back at school.
I don't think you expect
more
that
fun.
in summer ball.
No. But like I said, it's made a couple at this point now. Carl Schmidt with 1 out and nobody on base. Swing and a miss. He's early on a changeup.
I put this guy 2-way full time now.
Well, I already that 1 inning. It is now tied that 1 inning. It is now tied the game with Hyannis at 3-3. Of course, 3rd and 4th in the division. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball low. It was in the dirt. Schmidt chased. Back-to-back strikeouts for the first baseman, Dean Carpentier. 2 gone. Nobody on base. Ken Schmidt, the last hope. Falmouth down by 7. Bear Harrison on deck if they get to him to pinch hit for what would be Ryan Zuckerman. First pitch to Schmidt's fastball up an easy cold strike. Again, we'll go over some other scores. Wareham now up 4-0 on Chatham. Pretty much put Chatham out of the playoff picture. Any possibility besides a miracle. Still no score between Bourne and Orleans. Check that, Harwich and Orleans at 3. Fastball inside. And Brewster makes it final on a 4-2 win over Bourne, so they head to 1 game under 500. And the East Division continues to dominate the West Division. 1-1 pitch. Grounded to the right side. Foul. Just right on the first base bag. 1-2 pitch from Carpentier. Popped high and no chase from Capisi behind the plate. It'll hit the bleachers instead. YD out hit the Commodores 13-8 today. And the Commodores add 2 more errors to their league-leading total this season while being outscored 10-3. Try a 1-2 pitch again. Fastball way high. So Hyannis will come first in the home stretch for Falmouth coming up. Before you end things with 3 straight divisional opponents, Wareham on Saturday after Bourne. And then a home game with Katuitt that could be big this coming Sunday. 2-2's low. We've run full.
And you want that tiebreaker more with Katuitt just in case, because you cannot get that head-to-head with Hyannis,
no,
as they have already won that season series.
They have not beaten the Harbor Hawks this year, and as Schmidt hits one hard down the first base line, will drop in for a hit. 2-out single, first baseman on first baseman base hit. And as the 4th hit of the day for Ken Schmidt, he's been hot. His 3rd single, he's got a double as well. And now Bear Harrison will make a plate appearance today. Wasn't in the starting lineup, but he'll hit for Ryan Zuckerman. Harrison, the batting average at 280, has been one of the hotter guys on this Falmouth team. Didn't catch yesterday, but was the DH, so you're seeing more of a catcher rotation. Eddie Yaman, the LSU Tiger, got the start yesterday. Mason Eckelman the start today, and a warning on the righty Carpentier of not engaging. It's one of the tougher things you don't pitch much. Fouls one off of his own foot. He's out of play. Falmouth's season-long 5-game losing streak. Jeopardy of raising to 6 games. Since the halfway point of the year where they were 10-9-1 after 20 games. With the loss today, they will fall to 3-12 in that second half. Harrison pops one high. And to right field, medium depth, Will Baker, only a couple of steps in the sun, shading the sun, and pulling it in for out number 3. Commodores have lost 6 straight, and a big bottom of the 8th inning eliminates any chance for the Commodores to come back in this top of the 9th. It's Dean Carpentier, the first baseman, who shuts it out for his 2nd scoreless inning on the year. Red Sox out hit them 13-9. Errors. The advantage of Red Sox as well. They made 0. Falmouth Commodores 2 in a 10-3 Red Sox win.
Really, that 8th inning that got away from him. You gave yourself a chance with that 2 spot in the top of the 8th where you felt good going to the bottom of the 8th, where Grant Merritt has been solid so far in his first couple appearances here on Cape Cod. You felt like maybe if you only see 4 or 5 batters, you're only down by 1 going the 9th, you give yourself a chance with the top of the lineup. But that just wasn't the case. Grant, a couple of free passes, a couple of well-hit balls, and then as well kind of throwing the ball around the infield to boot. But
it was a great start from Henry. 4 to 30, only gave up 1 earned run, struck out 6, 4 hits, and 3 walks. That'll do it from Red Wilson Field. The final time the Commodores play here, and the final time they play the Red Sox in the regular season. They finish with a season record of 0-3-1 against this YD team. Add another to the list that the Falmouth Commodores did not beat in the 2025 campaign. Time's running out for Falmouth. They have 5 left, and they are still, as it stands, 3 points out of a playoff spot. 3 at home, 3 big ones, including tomorrow against the Harbor Hawks. Yourself, Andrew Delapiano, will be alongside Ryan Martin. I'll be the 3rd member